Hi, I'm Aldwyn Altuney.
And I'm Michael Thompson.
And welcome to
yet another episode
of Movie Review TV. Movie Review TV. We see films as they are, rate them out of 5 stars. Movie Review TV. Movie Review TV. Yeah, nice original music there by the Michael Leonard Thompson. Yes,
baby.
That's right. Well, yes, absolutely. Well done, Michael. That was absolutely brilliant. And today we are going to be reviewing a movie I absolutely loved, and we'll tell you a lot more about it.
You did. Okay.
In fact, Michael, you can let our beautiful viewers know all about this film. So what is this
You absolutely
film
loved
about?
it, did you?
I did.
Giving something away already.
It's called A Dog's Way Home, this movie. So what's this about, Michael?
I'll tell you what it's about. A Dog's Way Home. This 2019 family adventure film follows a puppy named Bella, voiced by Bryce Dallas Howard, who finds her way into the arms of Lucas, a young man who gives her a good home. When Bella becomes separated from Lucas, she soon finds herself on an epic 400-mile journey to reunite with her beloved owner. Along the way, the lost but spirited dog touches the lives of an orphaned mountain lion, a down on his luck veteran, and some friendly strangers who happen to cross her path. The film was directed by Charles Martin Smith from a screenplay by Bruce Cameron. And Cathryn Michon, and is based on the 2017 book of the same name by Cameron. The film stars Ashley Judd, Edward James Olmos, Alexandra Shipp, Studi, Chris Bauer, Barry Watson, and Jonah Hauer-King.
Wonderful.
So what
Thank
did you
you,
think
Michael.
of I know that you loved it.
Well, yeah, I did say I loved it. I mean, I'm a huge animal lover, for anyone that knows me anyway. But this movie was just so beautiful. I actually saw it twice. I loved it so much. And I cried both times. There were moments in the film that were just absolutely beautiful. And look, there was a bit of, CGI. There was some special effects, computer generated images in this film. However, I thought it was really well done. And I love the story. It's just such a heartwarming, positive story in many ways. It's beautiful to see a film from the eyes of a dog. It really makes you appreciate dogs and how amazing they are and how loving they are, regardless of all the heartache and all the dramas that might come their way. Dogs generally, most times, have a beautiful, loving disposition, and they're so loyal to their owners. And this film is just so beautiful. And then there were some cats in the film too, so whether you're a dog lover or a cat lover, you will love this film, because there were some beautiful moments with cats and the dog. And this whole thing about the cat and dog fight, etc. But there's many examples around the world where cats and dogs have actually got along really well. And often, even though I've actually never had a dog myself personally, I do have a cat that I adopted 10 years ago. And at the house where I live, I have had at least 10 dogs come through here with people that have actually rented rooms at my house. And with those dogs, most of them, my cat has had absolutely no problem with, even though when I first got my cat, he was actually scared of dogs originally. However, there were 2 dogs that my cat did not get along with. And interestingly, I didn't end up getting along with the owners of those 2 dogs either. So isn't that interesting? So I think a lot of the times animals do represent their owners. And I think by nature, they're just beautiful, loving creatures. And they just make you smile. Animals really, they make me smile. And as those who know me as well, I started Animal Action Day on the Gold Coast in 2007 because I was sick of seeing animal cruelty, and I've since done 12 annual events for animals. So I am not just an animal lover, I'm an animal activist, and I will do all I can to help promote animals and how amazing they are. And this film is just so beautifully put together. I love the cinematography. I love the drama and the adventures that the dog went on. I love the music. The soundtrack was really great. And I love the characters. There weren't so many big name characters in this film. However, it was just really beautifully put together. It was a simple film Really, really beautifully put together with a lovely message. And we saw some behind the scenes footage, an interview actually with Bryce and with Bruce. So with the lady that that actually voiced Bella, the dog, and also with Bruce Cameron, who wrote the screenplay. And it was very interesting to watch that interview because they were saying that the dog used in the movie was actually a rescue dog from a Tennessee shelter. And they said they looked at the dog's eyes and they just knew that was the dog to use for the film. And obviously very well-behaved dog. They trained it very well. And I'm sure no animals were harmed in the production of this movie. So I absolutely, absolutely, totally loved it. One of the best films I've seen in a long time. Absolutely loved it and would see it again. I just recommend take tissues if you do go. What did you think, Michael?
Well, animal lovers are definitely love it.
Yes.
And I know that you are, especially cats. And I know that the main character isn't a cat.
No.
But obviously, this one is one that I'm looking at right now.
My cat, Tiger.
Yeah. And
he's looking at you.
but the cat was actually a big cat, as in a cougar, the other main character.
Yes.
In this, or the animal character,
there was another.
say,
yes, there was another
in this movie. Yes. and seem to imply that obviously since the main dog has a voiceover that's got its own particular personality. This dog, so it seems to so he's got a life of his own, brought out by the voiceover done by Bryce. What's the name? Bryce.
Yes. I was put that in here.
Bryce Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, she did a good job to bring the animals to life.
Yeah.
That's a strange expression, I guess.
Yes.
Because it already is alive, but bring it alive in terms of in human terms.
Yes. Yes.
This is a voiceover, and the relationship between the big cat, the cougar, and the dog was very touching, wasn't it?
It was.
They had a very good and unusual relationship.
Yeah.
Everyone, as everyone knows, dogs and cats, they don't usually get along with each other, but these ones did. And this is a big cat too.
It was a big cat, but it started out as a small cat, and there is a story around that. And then, of course, there was the other cat at the very beginning of the film too that made another reappearance as well. So there were two main cat characters that influenced the dog's journey and the dog's way home, even.
Yes, if you like pit bulls, you like this movie, especially because it's about some of the regulations. In the state that they were in against pit bulls, that particular breed. So, and as it points out in the movie, it's not the same in all states, though.
No, it's not.
That's a good thing. It's a strange law, but
it's just crazy. These laws around certain animals. I just think it's so wrong. I think the problem is mainly with the owners of the dogs, not the actual dogs themselves. Right. A dog can't help being born a certain breed, and I think a lot of pit bulls are probably trained to be aggressive by their owners. And I think if anything should be banned from the state, it probably should be the owners of these dogs, not the dogs. So that's my opinion on that. And I just think it's so wrong that animals. That any type of animal is banned from an area. Why shouldn't they have as much right to be in a place as anyone else? So
and also points out in this movie, should animals be domesticated or should they be in the wild? Well, it seems to imply in this movie that some animals are better off, roaming free in the forests, and some are better off, living in a home. Although I guess it depends how they were brought up, isn't that right? So obviously, most of them are obviously living with, used to living with humans, instead of being on their own.
Yes.
So and that sort of implies that in this film.
Yeah.
So obviously the mountain cats, the cougar's been in the wild throughout his whole life.
Yes.
So obviously he was naturally inclined that way. Whereas the dog wasn't, obviously, Bella.
However, managed to survive for a long time in the wilderness, which was interesting. And it's interesting to think about those survival instincts that might kick in if a dog is suddenly left without an owner, and how that dog will come through. So I thought that whole journey was really beautifully portrayed. And it was interesting also because it showed one dog owner along the journey that was actually quite a miserable man. And there was a statement in the movie where it said that man belongs alone, or he doesn't deserve a dog if he's going to be that miserable. So there's places for all sorts of characters, I guess, out there. And, there is a lot of animal cruelty that happens out there with dogs and cats. However, there's also a lot of people doing amazing things for the animals as well. We have a dog here that's barking right now. That's so funny.
Yes, and I met that dog.
Coco.
They could hear in the background on the way here. So that sort of put me in the mood.
So it
did to review this movie.
It's so
but it's
funny.
sort of a bit of an aggressive guard dog, the one out here.
It is.
And I'm looking at the
and I think Tiger's going to come and join us.
small mountain
Let him join.
cat
Come on, Tiger.
at the moment.
I think my cat's coming to join us.
Tabby cat. Yeah, so well, obviously the cat got rescued, didn't it, at the start of the film, because they were on a side that was going to be demolished.
I'll grab my cat.
And all the cats were living, underneath the floorboards of the house that was going to be.
I'll grab my cat. Here he is.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. This is my cat, Tiger. He's very
That's
beautiful.
the cat Tiger.
There's a cat, Tiger.
The thing of the main character is that.
The main character looks a little bit like this. A lot bigger. Yeah.
Not a lot larger since it was a cougar. But I enjoyed this movie. It's heart, tugged the heartstrings. It did.
It did.
Especially if it appealed to females, because obviously females like pets.
Yes.
And also,
yes,
in
it was
this
a
particular story,
bit of a chick's flick.
and yes, and the ending of it impressed everyone, I guess.
Yes.
Though some of the scenes were a bit contrived and over the top, but yeah, it'll appeal to the animal lovers.
Yes,
especially cats and dogs. I should point that out.
Yes, cat and dog lovers will love this film.
So, what do you think of it, Tiger?
I think Tiger enjoyed it. I think
you
Tiger
probably would enjoy it. Seeing that big cat.
I think Tiger gives
you
it.
think he's still got to grow up to.
I think he gives it, and I think actually Tiger. I think Tiger actually really loves it.
I think so. So I'm giving it. I'll give it 3.5 stars.
3.5.
Because it's worthwhile checking out.
Oh, okay. I give it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I mean,
You
really,
loved it
I guess if I was going to pick on any part of it, I'd say some of the CGI wasn't, like, some of it you could tell was CGI. You could tell it wasn't real footage. Some of it around the big cat. Some of the big cat scenes looked a little bit fake. However, it was still beautifully done, I thought, overall. So I'm still giving it 5 stars because I absolutely love the storyline. And however, I was going to pick on one part, it'd just be some of the CGI I thought wasn't incredibly believable. But otherwise, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And in fact, it's going to get the clap from both of us, isn't it? Get the clap.
Okay, I'll have it.
Congratulations.
Thumbs up from us, and we say yes.
Yes.
In terms of saying it.
And goodbye, Tiger. Goodbye. Thanks for joining us. So congratulations to the makers of A Dog's Way Home. Brilliant film, and you'll absolutely love it if you see it. And I know the comments after the film.
Look at a tail here. You'll be able to see the tail of The Dog's Way Home if you go to the cinema.
It's
not a cat's tail, it's a dog's tail.
It's a dog's tail. It really was fantastic. So congratulations to the makers of it. I think it's a lovely message, a lovely positive film. The world needs more love, and that's definitely what you get from The Dog's Way Home.
Maybe it was the dog version of a stray cat named Bob, maybe, to some extent.
Yeah, to some extent, which we both loved, of course. And you can see that on a previous movie review TV episode. So
I thought a stray cat named Bob was probably more natural rather than the scenes with this.
Yes, that's true.
Sort of overdone, which was, I guess, what you would expect from my American film.
Yeah, I actually thought it might have been a Disney film, but interestingly, it was Columbia Pictures.
It could have been. It could have been made by Disney because
they
make family films.
I checked it at the end. It was Columbia Pictures, but it did look like it could have been a Disney film. But it was Columbia, so well done to Columbia and well done to the makers. And actually, the fact that the film has grossed $80 million since January, and it was made on a budget of $18 million. So that is, it was released January 11 this year, 2019, and grossed $80 million worldwide. So it was a box office success. It basically almost 5 times the money 4 times, about 4 to 5 times the money that was invested in the film to make it. So That's
So well
absolutely
done.
brilliant. Well done again to the makers. And we're going to be back soon with another review shortly called 5 Feet Apart. So have you seen that movie? In fact, if you've seen this movie, A Dog's Way Home, what did you think of it? We'd love to hear your comments. Yeah, read the book.
Read the book even if you like that. Because I recently read A Stray Cat Named Bob, as well as seeing the movie. And the book, they gave you a lot more details than the movie did. So it can be a good idea to read the novels that the movies are based on. So,
yeah, I don't know what,
especially if you like them.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what this one was like, but yes, of course, reading the books is always good too. However, you'll love this movie. So enjoy it, A Dog's Way Home. Have you seen it? If you have, we'd love to see your comments. Please comment under this video. Let us know what you thought of A Dog's Way Home. How many stars would you give it out of 5? Very curious to hear your comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please subscribe, Media Queen TV, and also on Facebook. Go to Movie Review TV page and you can connect with us there too. We'd love to hear from you. Or if you have a special request for us to review any particular movies coming up, then let us know what you'd like us to review. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a yes. Give me an S. Yes.
So I say go see it, and you say you must see it before you die.
I say you must. Exactly. That's a summary of today. Thanks, Michael. Well done, and we'll see you again soon, very shortly with 5 Feet Apart. Come and join us then. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.